Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this story comes from France and it involves Britain's National Crime Agency known as the NCA. On the 17th of January, a French naval ship with the support of the NCA discovered 4.2 tons of cocaine. They said it's a major operation that started with the NCA and it has been going on for over a year, and it's been developing leads to identify a major shipping vessel that has been importing massive amounts of drugs into Europe and they believe eventually the UK. They said the drugs were of very high purity and would have definitely been mixed and have a street value of several £100 million. The boat and 8 crew were apprehended and handed over to administrative authorities, and they've got a lot of footage of them opening up the drug packages on the vessel, the ship that is actually responsible for seizing these sorts of packages, and they're definitely going to make a big scene about this. Officers from the NCA International Network shared intelligence and coordinated the deployment of law enforcement and military assets. They worked with international partners through the Maritime Analysis and Operations Centre in Lisbon. The Deputy Director Tim Dodal from the NCA said the role the NCA played in identifying and locating the vessel was critical to the success of the operation. And we've definitely seen a massive increase in seizures during lockdown. I see people saying it all the time on stories that we've covered of 1 ton shipments, $1 billion shipments, and hundreds of thousands of cannabis plants. And also with the UK officially leaving the EU, it raises the question of how we operate with our European counterparts in the future when it comes to that. And the NCA released a statement to say about the relationship with the European Union in the future. They said the ability to share information and collaborate with international partners is essential to tackle organised crime. The EU law enforcement tools that are some of the most efficient and effective mechanisms for partnerships anywhere in the world. The UK access to tools that help law enforcement both in the UK and across Europe protect European citizens, and we want to maintain this relationship in the future. Key tools that the NCA identified were the European arrest warrants, which help to catch criminals that have left the UK, and they work alongside Europol and Eurojust. And they say that if they don't maintain the same amount of access, it will drastically affect their ability to catch criminals. And questions have been raised in relation to the way the UK has used EncroChat data that was seized by French police. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that story and following it in the future. They say without access to the databases, their abilities would be fragmented, and they need to monitor sex offenders and fugitives. And access to overseas convictions allows us to identify individuals that we don't want in our community. For example, somebody that's hiding a sexual offence history needs to be shared with our police. So that goes to show they're definitely wanting to continue to have the same access with the police force as they did before. Whether that is exactly the same, we will have to see in the future, but this shows that they're definitely operating similar. The ship that caught this massive seizure is a French Navy ship, and it's actually a surveillance ship. It's called Germinal, and it seized 300 kilos of cocaine in Martinique a year earlier as well. So this ship goes around this area actively trying to search and find cocaine seizures. And the NCA say this will affect the criminal underworld in a massive way. And that is just some of the seizures that have happened this year. This is definitely the biggest one we've covered on the channel, but some seizures that have happened in the last week in Europe. One has been in Rotterdam. They intercepted 2 consignments of cocaine with a weight of 1,069 kilos, that's just over a ton. The first batch was 839 kilos, and it was found in a shipping container with 2 old Volkswagen vans. The shipment came from Brazil, and the prosecution service there said the recipient of the vintage cars probably didn't have anything to do with the importation. Soon after, custom officers found another shipment of 230 kilos in a container full of beer, and they also found it in a box full of nuts. Further investigation revealed that the smugglers probably used the so-called switch method, whereby contraband is quickly transferred from one container to another as it arrives at a port. Another seizure on the same day of 750 kilos was found at a business park, and officers received a tip-off and they searched several units and found the drugs at the scene. And the Netherlands police released information recently to say they've confiscated 115,000 kilos of cocaine that was destined for the Netherlands in the past year. 67,000 kilos was impounded prior to reaching Dutch soil, and 47,000 was found in the Netherlands. More than 40,000 kilos were found at the port of Rotterdam, and in 2019, 33,000 were discovered in Rotterdam, and it has become an increasingly popular port for drug trafficking. So this is a massive story and a little update on what's been happening in Europe, and also the relationship between the NCA and European counterparts. I really want to hear what people have to say on these stories. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.
Parce que c'est vraiment une information d'un truc qui s'appelle le MAOC, qui est basé au Portugal.
Vous qui êtes chargé de la protection, hein, vous êtes chargé que du transport pour la protection.
On est pas mal.
Ouais, protection, il y a tous les gens de...
Crayon éventuellement, et je vais demander à mes collègues des électrons. Et pour nous, c'est juste qu'ils prennent note. « 23 490 » Vingt-quatre 50 24 30 Très bien. Ouais,
Tranquilo, amigo.
ok.
Non.
C'est quoi son sac? Ça?